Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Auto World Zone IKEMA, the biggest motorcycle trade show of the year, has been and gone, and we worked our butts off trying to cover as many new bikes as possible. Naturally though, with it being such a massive show, we couldn't fit them all into the week. And so, in this video, we'll go through all of the major manufacturers with the best bikes from IKEMA 2025. Now, I was expecting Aprilia to launch a middleweight adventure bike called the Tuono F450GS. And they've been teasing it over the year on their social media accounts, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. And so, basically, we were left with a couple of scooters, I think, a GP version of the RS660 sports bike, and then a bunch of new graphics for the factory variants of their existing models. So, the RS-V4 factory, the Tuono V4 factory, the RS660 factory, and the Tuono 660 factory as well. I will say we didn't make it down to the stand because I didn't think there was anything substantial from a technical perspective, but when I saw the picture of these new factory variants with this stripy kind of graphical finish, well, I will say I kind of wished I'd seen them in the flesh, because I think they look really good. The V4s have a purple, white, red, and black. The 660s substitute that purple for more of a fluorescent yellow. And I think, although there were no particular technical changes that improved them for 2026, you know, a fresh, punchy, lively aesthetic like that might be enough to get a few punters through the Aprilia dealer doors next year. Perhaps one of the reasons they didn't launch their mid-capacity adventure bike is because BMW announced theirs, the F450GS, and it was a huge hit. There's been so much hype around this bike since they first showed the concept last year at IKEMA. And so, yeah, Aprilia might not have wanted to go head-to-head against it. I do think BMW have done a good job as well. It's a little more expensive than some of the competition perhaps, but there's a nice array of specs. You can go for cast wheels for something more road-biased. You can get the trophy finish that looks more off-road and fit it with the spoked wheels. There's also different levels of suspension, so you can go for the sport pack, so you get more adjustability. And so really, you should be able to tailor it to the sort of riding you want to do. Other than that though, well, they didn't really announce anything else, but this is such a big deal for them that it's no big surprise. Although I will say we saw the Vision C electric scooter thing with a roof. That kind of harks back to their C1 and its self-balancing. So while I was filming the F450GS, I could see that on the stand doing a couple of demos. And the fact that it was just standing there on its own without a stand, I think was very impressive, and so I'm looking forward to seeing more developments on that particular concept bike. But look, before we get on to the next brand, I just want to say a massive thanks to MCL or Motorcycle Live for supporting the channel and sponsoring this video. It's coming up very soon. It starts on the 15th through to the 23rd of November at the NEC in Birmingham here in the UK again. And so if you want to see any of these bikes in the flesh, or a lot of these bikes anyway, and be able to sit on them and be able to speak to the brands about the particular bike you're interested in, then I'd thoroughly recommend getting yourself down there. And we are very lucky, I suppose, in the UK for it to be so close after IKEMA, because we'll be amongst the first in the world to be able to see these bikes in the flesh. Not only does the exhibitor list contain most of these major brands that we're talking about here today, but also you've got the opportunity to test ride some bikes, you've got rolling roads, you've got expert lab talks, you've got the action show, and so there's loads to see to have a great day out on top of seeing these brand new bikes. And also myself and Tim will be working our way around on the Tuesday and Wednesday, capturing a few more videos, getting them in the bag. And so if you do see us, please do say hello. It'd be lovely to meet a few people who watch the channel, so yeah, there are links down in the description below. You can pick up a standard ticket, or there's a special deal where you pay an extra £6 and you get this Roadkin t-shirt thrown in, which is pretty cool. Like I say, have a look at the links down below. You can see everything that's on the whole schedule, all the manufacturers that will be there, and massive thanks to MCL for their support, and hopefully see a few of you down there. Now, one bike I'd thoroughly recommend going and checking out is the new Thunderbolt from BSA, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting them to launch an adventure bike, but I've got to say it actually looks really quite good.